What's up guys, TDZ back with another video on the backup channel, and there was supposed to be a different video here, but that's going to be way too long to make, and I want to put this one out simultaneously as the video that's kind of got is already made for my main channel. So this one will be easier. So yeah, we're going to get into this top 5 most unfair eliminations in Total Drama. Um, but yeah, with that, let's hop right into the video. And number 1 is, alright, so at number 5, we have Max. Max was just a really unfair elimination, mainly due to the fact that it wasn't handled great. I can understand why he would be eliminated here. I personally enjoyed Max's character, but I can understand why he would be eliminated 5th place, especially with the people who were left. I mean, maybe Sugar could have been eliminated before him, but like, yeah, I could see why they wanted to get rid of him here, but it was just handled so poorly that it's considered an unfair elimination. He literally got eliminated for being evil with quotation marks because he's really not. It's just he wants to be. And everyone literally is more evil than him. So it kind of just never sat right with me the way he was eliminated and the way it was handled. So, yeah. Coming in at number 4, we've got Courtney from Total Drama Island. Yeah, I don't like this elimination for a lot of reasons. But the main reason is that Harold rigged the votes. Okay, I can understand them doing this if they were to bring it up later, like maybe Duncan found out about it and maybe that decided to make him lose the challenge on purpose or something like that to try and get Harold out. It could make a lot more sense, but it was never mentioned until the resort. And I think this was such a missed opportunity because they got Courtney out, who I was actually starting to root for, let you know. And this, nothing ever happened with Harold. Like, growing up, I didn't really care about Courtney's elimination here because I mainly only cared about characters I was attracted to, mainly Bridget, because I was a kid. But now I actually like characters for their personalities, except Axel. Axel's the greatest character of all time. But regardless, I just feel like this elimination was so poorly handled because they could have easily done something with Harold and Duncan here, but they didn't. And if they weren't going to do anything, they could have easily let Courtney stay in the game. And it would have made a lot more sense and probably made the show better. Because, sorry to all you Harold fans out there, but Harold is not entertaining. At least not to me. But yeah, this is a really bad elimination for me. So let's just get on to number 3. Alright, next we have Lashana, and I don't really have too much to say about this elimination. I mean, it doesn't hit my heart as much as the last one, but this elimination definitely did irritate me and a lot of other Lashana fans in season 1. And I mean, understandable. It just, a lot of people were saying it was because something that happened with the voice actress or something like that, but I don't know if that's actually right. Either way, I just think that they could have handled this way better if they were going to eliminate Lashana. Like, there could have been so many reasons they could have eliminated Lashana, and this is not one of the good ones. Honestly, this one was just really poorly handled, especially because she was dominating the game. She made all the right relations. She literally did everything right. And I feel like this is just a terrible way to send her out the game. So, yeah. Alright. Coming in at number 2 is Courtney. Total Drama All Stars. Let's get into it. Yeah, a lot of you probably agree that this should definitely be on this list because this elimination was straight up robbery. I mean, like, listen. This elimination was so stupid, so idiotic. I want to know what the writers were thinking with this one, and I know that this is the worst season or debatably one of the worst seasons of Total Drama. But come on. It's like they were trying to make this season bad with this elimination. Courtney got caught with a list. Okay, a list. What does that have to do with anything? But the bad part about the list is that they let Mal expose her. Bro, Mal, he's the worst villain in Total Drama history. I was so excited for this season. Towards the end, actually. Because even though it was a terrible season, we were actually getting somewhere because I was so convinced, and I mean so convinced, that the finale was going to be Courtney and Zoe. Because we had a boy versus boy finale with Lightning versus Cameron last season. So I thought this season we're sure to have a female and female finale. And out of these people, Gwen already went. So it's got to be Courtney and Zoe. And honestly, I'm down with that. That would be an exciting finale. And then this happened, and it really just threw me because this pisses me off so much. Like, you don't understand how much this elimination genuinely pisses me off. Like, whenever I'm doing rewatches of the entire series and this comes up, Sunday Muddy Sunday is one of the episodes that I just get pissed off genuinely by watching. Like, I cannot handle watching this episode sometimes because it's so idiotic how they eliminated Courtney here. And they had the nerve to make one of the reasons why she gets eliminated because she doesn't want to eat bird. What? Okay, I get it. They just needed to find a reason to eliminate her because they wanted the finale to be Mike and Zoe. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. This makes absolutely no sense. She got eliminated because she didn't want to eat Bert? Okay, guys, I'm back. I have controlled myself. I have calmed down from that last one. But anyway, now we're going to talk about the honorable mentions. I know a lot of you Lindsay fans are probably spamming the comments right now because I did not have her in the actual top 5, but stay mad. Anyway, let's get right into the honorable mentions. First up, oh yeah, this isn't in any order, by the way. These are just up here in this, yeah. So first up, we got Lindsay from Total Drama Island. Okay, this elimination was pretty bogus for a couple reasons. One, the whole thing with her being the last to go across when Duncan and Owen both didn't even finish. That never sat right with me. It just didn't make sense. And then on top of that, Lindsay she didn't deserve this, to be honest. Lindsay deserved better. She deserved a better elimination. Now, things I can somewhat agree on a little bit is that I do think it was good for Lindsay to go in this placement. But the way they handled it was unfair. So I think this one was just pretty bad when it comes to the writing because it just didn't make sense and it was a really bad way to eliminate a character like Lindsay. I mean, she got a somewhat good ending with her cussing out Heather and you know, telling everyone goodbye and stuff like that. Everyone saying they're gonna miss her. So yeah, it was kind of good, but I just think that it could have been handled way better. Next up, we got Nichelle, and yeah, this one is definitely an unfair elimination because Nichelle was finally becoming to be a good character, and in the first season, I did not like her at all. Oh yeah, this is her second elimination, by the way, in reboot season 2. I didn't really like her in season 1, and in season 2, she came back. She was good at challenges now, and I was actually kind of rooting for her. I was thinking maybe she might even make it to finale, but I probably didn't think that far. But she will probably get like top 5, something like that. Definitely at least make merge. And then the episode right before merge, she just got straight up cheated. Like, this is robbery on multiple degrees. Like, I just don't get why they would even try to start redeeming her character if they were going to do this to her. Because it just didn't make sense. I mean, it's not fair to her, it's not fair to us. It just didn't make sense on any level, if you get what I'm saying. Next, Sierra's. This is the least out of all of them, I would say, just because this is more unfair writing than unfair elimination. But I just think that it was really poorly handled because, like, Sierra was a great character for the most part. I think another thing that kind of set it off was the fact that they had her super addicted to Cody and stuff like that. That was just wasn't really good for her character. And the part that I don't like about it is that she was a really good character overall, actually. Like, she was actually super good, and they never decided to use her talents of being a super fan to her advantage. Like, she could have been a strategist or something like that, but no strategery was going on with her. It was all about Cody, and that's the part I didn't like the most. So yeah, I think this was more just unfair writing and unfair elimination. And the last elimination we have here is Lindsay's from Total Drama Action. And yeah, a lot of Lindsay love in this honorable mentions. But yeah, I just didn't like this elimination because I actually was thinking that maybe Lindsay might make it to the finale, and a Lindsay versus Duncan finale would have been great. And Lindsay would have been so much better in the finale position than Beth. But they didn't decide to do that. Instead, they decided to keep Lindsay in the game and keep Beth in the game and eliminate Lindsay for a kind of stupid reason. And I heard something about her voice actor or voice actress or whatever, but that still doesn't really make this elimination okay. I think it would have definitely been better if it was Lindsay versus Duncan, but yeah, we'll just move on to the most unfair elimination, in my opinion. All right, so number one is Noah. Yeah, a lot of you who know my top 10 favorite characters and know that Noah's my second favorite character probably knew where I was going with number one. But the reason that I have him as the most unfair elimination is not just because he's my second favorite character of all time, but there's actually reasons to why I truly just think this is the most unfair elimination. And the first reason is that it just was so forced. Let me convey the scene for you. The challenge is to find the Ripper. Noah and Owen find Ezekiel slash the Ripper, and the Amazons find Duncan. Okay. How? And I mean, how do they not win the challenge? The Amazons win? They didn't even do the challenge. They brought back a contestant, an eliminated contestant at that. So how do they win the challenge? It doesn't make sense. And on top of that, Alejandro happened to be watching this entire episode. And in this episode, Noah just starts talking about, oh yeah, Alejandro's a eel. I don't think we should trust him, Owen. Stuff like that. And he never started doing anything like this. Like, he never started suspecting Alejandro until this episode. And Alejandro happens to be seeing the entire episode. Yeah, something smells fishy about this. This was definitely Mickey Mouse. What I mean by Mickey Mouse, something that needs to be investigated because something else was going on here. And what was going on here was they just wanted to boot Noah. Really, they just wanted to boot Noah. Because in the end, how do you lose when you won the challenge? They caught the Ripper. The Amazons brought back Duncan. It doesn't make sense. Please make this make sense. The writers, what were you doing with this one? And then it really didn't make sense because Noah was getting so much development in this season. so much development. He was becoming a genuinely likable character, and a lot of people actually started to like Noah in this season, especially considering he wasn't that liked in season 1. And then he came in this season and started becoming likable. He started growing a fan base. I started to like him. And this is not actually the season that got me to like him as much as I do now. It was Redonkulous Race. But either way, this season, people were starting to like him, and he was being considered a sarcasm king with all his great sarcasm one-liners, or sarcastic one-liners. And it's just, it just, it's crazy. Like, it baffles me. It leaves me flabbergasted to this day how they sold this clip. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But they had a chance to fix it. They had a chance to fix it. Because in the Aftermath challenge, when someone could have got a chance to come back or debut into the game, in the end, Blanley came back, or debuted. And Blanley sucked. She got eliminated after like 2 episodes. She was cheating, still couldn't stay in the game. Bruh, get her out of here. Why don't you switch it with Noah? Could have had Noah come back. Could have been the redemption of that terrible elimination you guys did a couple episodes ago. But they didn't do that. But it was meant to be. I mean, let's think about it. The partners in the challenge, the first merge challenge when Blanley came back or debuted, sorry, it was Owen and Blanley. Owen and Noah pairing? That could have set things up perfectly for the Redonkulous Race. I mean, it was meant to be. There was a reason this happened this way. There was a reason it should have been Noah. And to sorry, and to stress my point, it could have been really good because Alejandro needed a rival. And I know a lot of you guys consider Heather to be his rival, but let's be honest, Heather liked him. It didn't really count because in the end, Heather was really just. There was times when she was on his side because she liked him, and he just needed someone that was genuinely not on his side, did not like him as a rival, and that could have been Noah. Like Noah could have made it to the final 5 instead of Duncan, and maybe Duncan gets eliminated a little earlier, maybe during the double elimination in Blanley's spot, and Duncan and Courtney. Perfect. See, you just think of these things sometimes, guys. And then, in the final 5, Noah could have had a similar elimination to how Duncan did in the original. I mean, of course, he wouldn't team up with Alejandro, and he wouldn't get to use his bait, but the same thing would happen with Alejandro just getting everyone else to vote him off. I mean, it would just make sense. I mean, and he would have similar words to Duncan saying, yeah, I kind of knew this would happen, but at least I made it far, especially for Noah, since this would be the first time he actually made merge. This could be a really good opportunity, and it was just such a missed one. Like, they really missed on this, and like I said before, sometimes it flabbergasts me how they decided to sell such a character because they sold it. In the end, they sold it. Because to this day, when I watch that episode, I actually don't. I've watched this episode like 3 times. Once when I was a kid, don't really remember. My second time, after I started understanding, characters, personalities, and stuff like that. And then a third time to understand what the hell I just watched and figure out how the hell Noah got eliminated after they won the challenge. And I never figured it out until later when I just realized there was a plot to get Duncan out of the game. I mean, to get Noah out of the game and keep Duncan in. But yeah, it still completely shocks me how they sold such a great character. And honestly, I have no more words about this. Let's just go on to the ending words, the conclusion. Noah's robbed. He was robbed. A robbed king. Well, with that, the video's over. Not much else to say. Those are my top 5 most unfair total drama eliminations, you know, with 4 honorable mentions. And yeah, this one was crazy. It was pretty easy to do. I did it all in one day, the video, I mean. And it should be coming out simultaneously as another video on my main account. Uh, but yeah, some of these eliminations get me heated, if you couldn't tell. But with that, there's not much else to talk about. So thank you all for watching. Please go check out the other video if you're seeing this first. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.